Hi, this is Karen O'Brien, and so you just finished putting in this channel. Now we're going to be working on editing and importing the storm drain system. So this first video will be a overview of your storm drain resources, training information, stuff like that. Okay, so we'll start by loading let's start here by loading the storm drain shapefiles into the project. Let's go ahead and what we're looking for, if you sort by type, what we're looking for is something that has the shape as the type. We just want to import the shape files. So you'll just grab these shape files and drag them onto your system and then minimize that folder. We don't need that anymore. And then I'll take these shape files and put them into the storm drain group. We'll go ahead and expand this group, and then we'll go over here and expand the storm drain editor. And so Flow2D storm drain system is a little bit different than an EPA SWIM or PC SWIM storm drain system, in that our surface model does most of the work, right? The channels are done through the surface model, detention basins are done through the surface model, and the storm drain interfaces with the surface model to either receive inflow through streets or inlets, or feed water back to this Flow2D system through outfalls, and the outfalls can connect to channels or basins. So what you don't need to do is you don't need subcatchments, and you don't need a rain gauge, and you don't need to do any infiltration or anything like that, or any feature that's connected to the surface other than inlets and pipes. And outfalls. Those are the things that control and connect to the surface. So let's go over the documentation for Flow2D. So let's start here, because I have a resources guide on this book. So if you click this book, it's going to take you to the storm drain editor. And this is a documentation for the editor. So eventually, throughout this series of videos, you'll learn how to use all of these tools, but we're going to start in smaller chunks. So let's start with storm drain resources. Okay, and you have an advanced tutorial, which, I mean, if you're watching this video, you've already found the advanced tutorial. It's called the New Self-Help Kit, and it's on YouTube. And if you want the Flow2D storm drain guidelines, they're installed here on your computer. So if you open a, let's see, here we go. If you open a file folder, you can see that your manuals are here in FlowHelp, and your storm drain manual is here. Get to the top of this, and so what we have is, let's go table of contents, and we have I don't know, like 5 or 6 chapters that help you guide you to setting up storm drains. So let me just minimize a few of these buttons, and let's just go over the important chapters. So chapter 2 is important because it gives you the data, the inlet data, type 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And chapter 3 is important because it talks about the Flow2D files, you know, like that you export when you go to run the model. And chapter 4 is important because it's got some basic setup guidelines that will cover specific things that are complex to Flow2D. So connecting to basins, interfacing with channels, and stuff like that are all in this guidelines. And then of course chapter 5 is troubleshooting, so if you run up into any error messages or something like that, you might find some help in chapter 5. And then chapter 6 is really great for when you finally have a storm drain running. You can come to chapter 6 to learn how to review the model. And then chapter 7, let's see, porting a SWIM model to Flow2D storm drain system. I don't know what that is, so we won't worry about that yet because we're not there yet. Okay, that's your storm drain manual. In addition to that, you also have the EPA SWIM GUI. So if you open your computer and you type EPA SWIM like that, it'll take you to the EPA SWIM GUI, which is what we install when we install Flow2D with you. We install this GUI. And the GUI has its own help topics, which cover conduits and pumps and things like that that are like not really connected to Flow2D, so we don't really cover them in as good a detail. So you'll want to use the storm drain help menu to help you find information for conduits. We'll get to, and we'll come back to that. Okay, and let's go ahead and get back to our website here. So we got that, we covered that, we covered our manual. OpenSWIM documentation. Let's see if this link works. Yay. Okay. OpenSWIM documentation is just a knowledge base and a group of people who come together to, to help each other with swim modeling. So excellent resources in here, excellent examples on how to do things, and access to real engineers who are, putting together this website and helping each other. Okay, let's get back here to this one. I also like ChatGPT 3.5 and 4.0 so I use chatgpt.com, or I think it's like OpenAI or something like that. And if you get, it's like $20 a month if you want to use ChatGPT 4.0. But if you want to choose ChatGPT 3.5 or just the free version, it's pretty good too. You can ask it all kinds of questions. Right here, I asked it to EPA swim, please build a swim example with a pump, and it just spit out this this INP file, and so kind of shows you how a pump would be set up. Okay, yeah, so it's kind of cool. Let's see, where else do we have here? Storm Drain Editor, ChatGPT. Okay, and then of course if you get stuck, or if something's not working with the plugin, or you can't get past a certain part in your training, then of course you want to do the contact Flow2D. And our emails are just our first name at flow-2d.com. So Karen, or contact, if you want sales, it's sales@flow2d.com, flow-2d.com, or you can fill out this contact form. Let's see, now where else were we? Okay, I think that's it for this video, which is just kind of setting up Flow2D, or setting up QGIS with your Flow2D project, importing your storm drain network, and then we'll move on the next videos to review the data that goes into these shapefiles.